the effectiveness of PR programs with the C-suite is critical in today's communications world. You have to speak the language of the executives. You have to understand what resonates with CEOs, CFOs, chief operating officers. And so what we've tried to do is measure our results in a way that makes sense to them. So you have to, first and foremost, it starts with data. You have to have the data to back it up. And for years, PR people would do a lot of what I would call gut instinct. Things from what they thought and their judgment and their experience, which are vital and really important. But I think what's happening today is you're seeing a combination of art and science coming together. So the judgment and the experience and that gut feeling that PR people have and do really well, combined with measurement. And that's what you have to do in order to resonate with the C-suite. PR programs are evolving every single day, and how you measure the effectiveness of them is changing very rapidly. And I think one of the most important things you have to do is combine the traditional measurement tools that you've had in the past with new tools. So for example, social media. Now you can, on any given day, you can measure exactly what people are saying, when they're saying it, whether that's increasing, whether it's decreasing. You know exactly what people are talking about your brand. And whether or not you like it or not, people are talking about your brand every single day, all the time, right now. And so looking at that data and understanding what people are saying is critical. And the most important factor when measuring the success of PR programs or not is speed. So how quickly can you get your message out? How quickly can you respond to things? How quickly can you add fuel to the fire to really ignite a campaign? How quickly can you tamp it down and try to manage it if it's a reputational issue in order to keep it a one-day or a two-day story? So speed is critical. Our most effective PR campaign in the last couple of years, by far, has been our campaign related to Paul Marcarelli. Paul Marcarelli is the guy who used to say, "Can you hear me now?" For Verizon. And we came up with an idea that said, how can we make him part of Sprint? He was so well known, he was so recognizable as the guy from Verizon. And we did a bunch of research, and whether you were in your 30s and 40s or 50s, or even millennials knew who he was. But he was always represented as an expert for Verizon. He was playing a character. He was a network engineer for Verizon. When we worked with him, he was Paul. And so we converted him to now the guy who is actually telling you who is the best wireless carrier. And by far, he was the most recognizable person in our industry. It was the ad that everybody remembered. And so we were able to move him over to Sprint. And we talked to him and we said, "Hey, how would you like to try Sprint?" And he said, "Sure, I'll give it a shot." And he loved the service. He loved our network. He loved the experience being on Sprint. And he decided to sign up. And so when we launched that campaign, it went viral immediately. We launched it in a really big way during the NBA Finals, but then that initial ad and that video that we ran was seen by about 15 million people in about a week. So it was huge. And we have leveraged that for the last year and a half, and the results have been phenomenal. But then we really try to use all of the tools in our toolkit to try to get the word out. Traditional advertising, earned media, social media, own content. And now, a year and a half later, we're still using him. And wherever he goes, it's like the Beatles have come to anywhere, any event he shows up at. It's amazing. And people love him, they recognize him, they want to take selfies with him, and it's just fantastic. Measuring your media campaigns is hard. It really is. And the advice I would give to people is to just keep working on it. Keep getting better every single day. What you learn today is going to affect your strategy tomorrow. And so take that information, take that data, apply it, because data is great, but you have to be able to turn those into actionable insights. And so always be learning, always be trying new things, always be testing. And I think if you do that, you're going to find out that your campaigns are going to be better and better each time you do them.